Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday and happy weekend and happy Valentine's weekend. I've got my love shirt on. Barney's got his little love bandana. I don't know if you can really see it. It is so cold here this morning, okay? It's 3 degrees. You know, we get spoiled because we get these 55, 65 temps in the winter here, sometimes in Denver. And so far, it's been a really mild winter. So getting bundled up and getting Barney out first thing in the morning is always quite a challenge. And he was not having it this morning. He was like, I'm going back in. You go ahead. Hi, Pat. How you doing today? I have a hair in my mouth. So today, it's half board, half off the board. So I'm gonna start with some drills just using the chair, and then we will, of course, launch into our workout. I have my short bands attached, and I am facing the red ball, the foot activator, towards me to start. So if you wanna go ahead and do that, and make sure that you have your longer bands nearby, of course, as well as your water. And one thing I want you to think about today is, you know, as we get older, another thing that happens is we lose sensation in our feet and strength in our ankles. And so, so many of these exercises are so important to promote, you know, strengthening the ankles and the feet and paying attention to that foot sensory, you know. So when we're always talking about those pressure points in our feet, it really is signaling, you know, that's the way we start that mind-body connection, right? So we're paying attention to the foot sensory. And that's just one thing extra I want you to focus on today as we work on improving our balance and agility and stability. Okay, so if you're ready to get started, I certainly am. Okay, Barney, sorry about that. So first we're gonna stand up here, and I'm just gonna go through that braiding drill. Let me just adjust this a little bit. There we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna step forward, step together, then step back, then together. I'm out of the scene. Step to the side, step forward, step to the side, step back, and then together. Step, cross over, step, cross behind, step together. Sorry, I'm not gonna be in the frame for all of this, but you get the idea. Step together. Step, cross over front, step, cross over back, step together. Step, cross, step, back, step together. So it's up to you, like how much room you have here. And I am placing my foot and keeping those knees soft. And just one more each way. And last time here. And now we're gonna grab our chair and we're gonna do a drill called reach for the clock reach. So I want you to think that there's the clock right in front of you, right? So first we're gonna go into that one leg balance, and you're gonna bring your arm out in front, and then you're gonna bring it to the side, and then to the back for that 6 o'clock, then reaching it over for that 9 o'clock, and then back to center for that 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Now, if you're feeling stable, you're thinking about those pressure points in your feet, you can take the other hand off and stabilize by engaging those abdominals and really thinking about the feet and the ankles here. Cross over. Here we go. Cross behind and then cross over to the front. Now you're going to join both hands and just twist. Now this is just going to challenge you because as you're moving those arms to the side, you're going to feel your leg, at least I do, wobbling. So I'm really thinking about, again, pressing that foot into the floor, paying attention to that foot sensory and ankle strength, ankle support here. And then release. And remember, the chair is always there if you should need it, right? So first you're going to stabilize, engage that core, bring that arm out to the front to that 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, cross over for 9 o'clock. Now if you're feeling stable, again, take your hand off, engage that core, and use your breath. Don't hold your breath here. How are you doing with this? Take your time, and if you need to put your hand on the chair, that's okay. And if you're feeling confident, you join both hands and then just twist across and center. I'm really thinking about pushing all my body weight into my foot to help stabilize, and use your breath. Keep those abdominals in tight. And one more time here, and then release, and then just kick it out. How did you do with that? Okay, now we're going to go into our calf raises, so lift and drop that foot. Lift all the way up, drop the foot. Keep that going. Looks like I'm getting a call. Lift, drop, lift, drop. This exercise is really actually very good for osteoporosis. Lift all the way up, then just drop those heels. 4, of course we're warming up your calf muscles here. And then hold it at the top. And if you feel confident, go ahead and take your hands off, pick that focal point. You're breathing deeply here, engaging that core. And then release it down and just kick it out. Okay, now we're gonna just work out those ankles. So bring the knee up, hip level, and just start circling and rotating that ankle. Really getting that ankle lubricated here. I don't want you to cave your spine though, so stay tall, keep that chest lifted. The standing leg is always staying nice and soft. And just really think about inch by inch, every single level of this rotation. And it's hard to keep that leg up, right? So you're really working that hip flexor as well. And then release that leg and just kick it out a little bit. And then we're gonna switch right away. So we're gonna bring that leg up, hip level, and just go through that full rotation. But drop those shoulders. We're not holding tension in our shoulders. It's nice, slow rotations here. When you think about it, the feet, the ankles, it's the base, right? So super important to have that joint stability and really think about always those pressure points in the feet. And one more here, and then just kick it out. Just let it go. And we're gonna move into the back of the board. I'm gonna put some music on. And we are gonna launch into, we're gonna step up onto that red ball with our right foot. Keep that board centered. And now we're going to go into the ankle roll. So I'm just paying a little extra attention to the feet and ankles today. Use your breath. Oh, I have to tell you, I was watching the Today Show, and for Valentine's Day, they were doing a mock-up show of Bob Eubanks' Newlywed Game. And they were interviewing, you know, all these couples of their marriages as a nod to Bob Eubanks and the Newlywed Game. So I thought that was really cute. I don't know if you were able to catch that or not. And 2 more times here. And then place that foot back down. And we're going to switch. So you're really pressing the ball of that foot into that foot activator, and then you're really going through that full rotation. Don't lock out the standing leg, and do relax your shoulders. And you are trying your best to keep that board center. You know, it's a lot to think about, but every single thing that we're cueing you about is important. Okay, we're just going to do 2 more of these. And then place that foot back down. Okay, now we're going to step back up with the right foot, and we're going to just pitch forward slightly with the body. So I'm on the ball of that back foot, and I'm just going to bounce. I'm just going to bounce. And again, I'm thinking about each bounce. I'm thinking about the ball of that foot. Just really stimulating the foot here and starting to wake up your quadriceps. And I'm going into a slight calf raise on the back leg. And just bounce. Do you feel that? And then hold it. Pitch your body forward even more. And if you feel solid and you feel stable, lift that back leg. Drop your shoulders. And try to find that center balance with the board. Use your breath. Use your breath. Stabilize your core. How are you doing? Are you with me on this? Okay, and then step down and down. And then just step it out a little bit. Work it out before we switch to the other side. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling energized for a Friday morning? A Friday frigid morning? Okay, plant both heels. Step up, press the ball of the foot into that foot activator. Then just bounce. I am coming up on the ball of the back foot. Press, press, bounce, bounce. You're still controlling it. And the test here is, again, trying to keep that board center. So pull those abdominals in. Always picking that focal point. And then holding. And then if you're confident and stable, lean forward slightly. And then lift and find that center balance. We launched fairly quickly into our balance exercises today. So I'd love to hear how you're doing. And then step down, and then step it out. Now we're going into those hip circles, so we're just gonna rotate it out. Again, you're coming up on the ball of the foot, circling that hip back, and then if you would like to, you don't have to, pick up the leg and do the rotation. But look, my hips still are staying forward. I'm not turning the hip out. My standing leg is bent. And then if you want to take one hand off, you can do that. And if you want to test your balance, take hands off. And just see how you do. Remember, those pulls are always there if you lose your balance. Pull those abdominals in, use your breath. How are you doing? I'm gonna keep asking you that, like I'm gonna hear you, right? 2 more times. And then step it out. Press that heel down. And then we're gonna switch. So first, plant both heels. Come up on the ball of that foot, start circling it out. Maintain that center balance with the board. And then if you want to pick up the foot, I like doing it this way because I can open up my hips so much more, but I don't want you to force it here. Everybody's range of motion is completely different. So you're not forcing it. You keep that standing leg bent. Use your breath. And again, if you feel stable, try taking one hand off. And if that feels good, take both hands off. Woo. So important to warm up those hip flexors. Okay. 2 more times. Okay, good. Step it out. Press that heel down. For 4 and press. 3 and press. 2 and 1. Okay, now grab your towel. Hopefully you have it handy. And we're going to warm up that upper body now, okay? So first we're going to continue with that step. Bring the towel up. Pull it in and up. Opening those shoulders, opening your upper backs, and use your breath. Remember, you can always create more resistance if you like by thinking about pulling that towel in as if you're pulling it in through thick air. Use your breath. Really get that blood circulating into those muscles and joints. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Now hold it here. Go into a heel touch. Then push the towel forward. Think about a chest press. So really squeeze and flex those pecs as you extend those arms. And you can slow this way down, by the way. Just place that heel. Keep those knees soft. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now back to the step. Push that heel down. We're going to go into an underhand grip. Keep those arms up shoulder height. Curl in and press out. So you're kind of touching your forehead. And don't let the elbows drop. Think about those biceps. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now bring the towel behind you. Palms up. Hinge forward slightly from the waist. Lift. Think about the back of that shoulder. So you're lifting with a straight arm and lengthen. Exhale up. For 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, then drop both heels, bring it center, bring the towel in front, knees soft, elbows soft, twist. So look, my head stays neutral, my knees stay fixed. So the knees are not swaying back and forth. Ground your lower body. Think about those pressure points in your feet. So you have a really strong foundation. Relax your abdominals here. And just breathe. Just work that waist. And don't force your range of motion. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now bring it center, stretch it up and back. Hold the stretch. Take a deep breath here. And then release. Place that towel back on the chair. And we're going to go into a leg curl. So first we're going to step up with that right foot on the ball of the foot. You're going to lean forward. Drop your shoulders. You're going to come up and curl, step down, come up and curl that back leg, step down. Keep that board center. Really think about your weight in the ball of your foot. Engage your core. And you're just coming down onto the ball of that foot. Are you with me? I'm having a hard time keeping the board center. 4, 3, 2. Now on this last one, we're going to hold it up. And this is the test. Keep that center. And if you feel strong, you can try to take one hand off. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the other hand off. I'm not feeling quite stable enough. Use your breath. And then step down and down. And then just step it out. Work those calf muscles. And we're going to switch to the other side. Are you ready? Let's push both heels down first. Step up on the ball of that foot. Press forward. Come on up. Curl, step down. Press forward, curl, step down. Find that center balance. Engage that core. Use your breath. For 4, and curl. 3, and 2. Okay, last one. We're going to hold this one up. How are you doing? Maintain that center. Pick that focal point. Pull your abs in. Whew. Okay, step down and down. Feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, and then just go into those alternating hamstring curls. Work it out. Release, release. Then bring your arms up. Pull back, pull back. Exhale back. Squeeze into those back muscles. So the focus, especially in this first portion, is on the feet. Strengthening those feet and those ankles, the foundation. Super important, super critical to really increase that stability, that joint stability. For 4, and pull. 3, exhale back, 2, and 1, and side step it. You can lift the other foot if you like. You don't have to, you can just step it. And then bring it center and march it out. Okay, you're gonna get a quick drink of water. You're gonna turn the board around. So remember, you're stabilizing. I'm really engaging my core here. I'm just getting it center. Okay, water time. Okay, we're gonna do a crossover step with the knee up. So it's gonna make sure the board is dropped down. So you're gonna step up behind the 2, lift the knee, step down and down. Then we're switching. Lift, down and down. So watch your foot placement and take your time. Place, lift. This is really great drill to help with that reaction time too. Should you stumble, you're going to have such better coordination, such better inner focus, body awareness. One more and then we're going to hold and repeat. So here we go, step up and repeat, lift, lift, standing leg stays bent. Just working that hip flexor. And then hold it at the top. And then extend, extend. And if you feel confident and you want to try to take your hand off, but pick that focal point. Engage that core. Use your breath and think about those pressure points in your feet. Two more times. And then hold. And step back. Woo! Knee ups before we switch to the other side. You felt that, right? Work it out a little bit. Keep the board center. Then kick your butt. Release, release. Drop those shoulders for 4 and 3 and 2. Last one here, side step. And then back to center, step it out. Okay, ready? We're gonna switch to the other side now for those repeaters. So drop that board first, push the heels down, step up, lift, lift. Stay nice and tall, keep that chest lifted. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up, extend. Leg extension, exhale out. If you feel good, you feel stable, try to take that hand off. This one's much harder for me. Use your breath, keep that standing leg bent. Whew. For 3, 2, hold it, and release. Bring it center, lift that knee. How did you do? That was definitely a challenge. Okay, hamstring curls. Release the hands, pull back. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, side step it here. Now we're going to turn to the side. Two more here. Then stay here. Okay, now we're going to step up to that middle line, drop the board, and then when you feel good, lift the other leg to the side, and then come down into a squat. Lift, step down, push the hips back, squat. Lateral lift, heel up, step down, push the hips back, squat. So take your time with this. And if you don't want to do the squat, then just focus on the outer thigh lift. The main thing is, when you go into that squat, push those hips way back. Remember, when you lift that leg, you're leading with the heel of that foot. Use your breath. This is a challenging exercise, so you're listening to your body. If you feel any pain in your knees, please just do the side leg lift, or just come up on the board and work on your center balance. Okay? Okay, we're going to do 2 more of these. And then we're just going to hold that leg lift and repeat. Repeat. Pick that focal point, abdominals in, standing leg bent, exhale up. 2 more times. Hold it at the top. If you want to test your balance, go for it. Working those stabilizing muscles like crazy, strengthening my knee and my ankle, and my core, and my quadriceps. And then release. Whew. How did you do with that? Rock forward and back. So again, we're thinking about pushing into the heel and then the toes. Foot sensory work here. Feet sensory work. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now find that center balance. Whew. Okay, I'm struggling with this. Breathing. I'm having a hard time. Okay, here we go. Focus. Work those proprioceptors. Then drop it forward. Now unhook. Hopefully you've got these attached. You're going to lock the elbow in. Tuck that pelvis under. Curl it out. Exhale up. now hold it at the top, and if you feel good, lift your left leg for a one leg balance, engage your core, and then continue with the biceps if you feel confident. And if not, then drop your other foot and just focus on your biceps. I'm concentrating like crazy here. Two more times, and then hold it at the top. And then drop the foot, and then place that back on the handle, forward and back. Again, we're thinking about those pressure points, toes, heels, front of the foot, back of the foot. And then drop the board forward, step down, and then we're gonna go to the other side. So first, drop that board. We're gonna go into that side leg lift, step down, push the hips back, into squat, lift, step, push the hips back. So again, we're listening to our bodies. We're only doing what feels good for us. So if you don't want to do the squat, you're just focusing on the side leg lifts, or you're bringing both feet up center and you are focusing on finding that center balance. Keep that board down. And again, it doesn't matter how high that leg lifts. Two more of these. And then we are going to go into those repeaters. Lift, lift, exhale up, lead with the heel of that foot. That foot stays parallel to the floor, standing leg is bent. Use your breath. Two more times here, then hold it up. If you feel stable, you want to try to challenge yourself. Take one hand off, then the other hand. Nothing brings you into the present with your body awareness than a single leg balance, right? And then release that foot. Oof. Rock forward and back. How did you do with that? Think about those pressure points. Work those feet. Work those ankles. And then when you're feeling good, let's find that center. Tuck that pelvis under. Engage your core. Use your breath. And then drop the board. Unhook that handle. Stabilize, tuck that pelvis under. Biceps. Anchor that elbow. The majority of my weight is being pressed into the balls of my feet. And if you feel good, hold it up, pick that focal point, and go into your one leg balance. And then continue with your biceps curl, only if you're feeling confident. Otherwise, we're just focusing on our biceps, or we're just focusing on our center balance. It's up to you. This side is obviously more challenging. My left leg isn't as stable. So I'm working extra hard here. 2 more times. And then hold it at the top. Release the foot. Hook the handle forward and back. That was challenging. And then drop the board. Step it down. Step it down. Let's do a side step here. Then bring your arms here. Push out. Think about a chest press here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side step. Okay, you're going to get a quick drink of water. First, march it out a little bit. Whew. Getting a good swig of this water. Okay. And we're going to grab our longer band, so hopefully you have it handy. And I'm going to take one hand on the handle, one hand through the loop. I'm going to wrap it until I feel enough resistance. And then we're going to go into that tricep. So look. Palm is down, elbows up, other elbows up here, elbow into your body. Extend. Stabilize your lower body. And play around with the resistance here. Exhale up. Keep that chin retracted inward so the neck isn't coming into play. Two more times. Hold it at the top. Oof. Roll the shoulders up and back, and we are going to switch. So you're grabbing the handle with the palm down, wrapping the other around till you have enough resistance. Keep that elbow in. Extend. You got that? It's a little tricky. I'm going to play around with this a little bit to get it right. Abs in tight. Two more times. And hold it. Release. Oh gosh, that's hard. Okay, let's roll the shoulders and side step it. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it center, step it out. I'm sweating a little bit. How about you? Now, both feet press down. Step up behind the 2, drop the board. The 2, rock side to side. Keep those knees bent. What are your plans for the weekend? For Valentine's Day, anything exciting? For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now find that center balance. Tuck that pelvis under. Focus on the pressure points in your feet. And then if you're feeling good, push your hips back. And then go into your squat. Slow count. Keep your chest up. Keep that board center. Are you feeling stronger and more stable with your squats? Are you thinking about those pressure points in your feet? Use those glutes to get your body weight back up, and you're just squeezing a little bit into your glutes at the top without throwing your back into it. And then we're gonna hold it down for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull it up, squeeze the tush, and then rock side to side, and then step and lift, step and lift, release, release. This always feels good, doesn't it? 4, and 3, 2, and 1, and find that center balance again. Tuck that pelvis under. How fast can you find your center? Use that breath. Then drop the board. Step it down, step it down. Now knee lift, opposite arm, opposite knee. Lift, lift. Elongate your side body. And I like this because it just is a nice release for your lower body, but it does get your heart rate up. And remember, we're not pounding that floor when that foot comes down. You're trying to come down soft. Lift, lift. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1, and march it out. Make a fist, and if you don't want to march, remember you can always just go back into that step. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now get a quick drink of water. We're winding down so fast, right? And we're gonna go sideways again on the board. So drop the board, step up center, step up. Now what you're gonna do is grab that handle, you're gonna hinge forward slightly, and you're gonna go into that 1-arm row. So I'm keeping the shoulders square to the floor. Exhale back, exhale up. And if this is too easy, you know you have to upgrade to the next level of bands, right? Keep those abdominals in. What I don't want you to do is lift the shoulder like that. So you are keeping those shoulders square to the floor. Use your breath. If you feel good and you don't need to hang on to the pole, great. And then hold it at the top. Now palm facing down and try to go into that extension. Now this is going to be more challenging because you don't have as much range of motion. So just do the best you can. Sometimes it helps to come a little lower, and this way you're working more of your quadriceps and your glutes. 2 more times. And then lock the elbow in and go into your biceps. And then if you feel good, hold it up. And again, try to go into your one leg balance. And then continue with your bicep curls if you feel stable. Again, this is optional. If you want to simply focus on your biceps right now, that's completely fine. We've already done a lot of balance work. I'm thinking about those pressure points in my feet. Focusing on that breath. 2 more times and hold it at the top. Release the leg. Release the arm. And then drop it back. Step down and down, then bring it to the side. And then we are going to switch. Drop the board, step up and up. Grab that handle. Stabilize. Here we go. Exhale up. Think about that upper back. For 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top. Now palm facing up. Here we go. Try for that kickback. Oops. Exhale up. Are you able to get a full extension? 2 more times. Then lock that elbow in, curl it up. Make sure that wrist stays fixed. And then hold it at the top. Again, if you want to test your balance, go for it. Really working those proprioceptors, thinking about that, those feet, pressure points, stabilizing your ankle like crazy, your knee. Oof. 2 more times, and then hold it at the top. Set the foot down. Release the arm and anchor it, then step down and down. How did you do? Side step. Keep that board center. And then we're going to go into our hamstring curls. Arms up. Pull back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now side sweep it across. The toe touch. Release the shoulder. Release. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Then hold it here. Knee pull, core crunch. Pull those abdominals in. Remember, you can use the pole. Just step back, then pull the lower stomach in as you exhale down. Are you with me? For 4, crunch it. 3, 2, hold this crunch, then step wide and sweep it. Release it. You feeling energized? You feeling strong? I hope so. Last time here, and hold it. Crunch, step back. Use that pole if you need to. If you use the pole, make sure you drop that board. Keep that standing leg bent, and just focus now on your abdominals. Crunch them in. For 4, 3, 2, hold this crunch, release, step wide, punch it across the body with a toe tap. And I want you to drive this punch from your waist. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, side step it. Just start cooling it down a little bit. The time always just goes way too fast. You're probably saying, are you kidding me? The time goes so slow. But when you're instructing, it's different, you know? And then just come to center. Step it out. Release those arms, big circles back. Work it out. So remember, if you're ever struggling with one of those exercises using the bands, please don't force it. Shoot me a message, text a question for a modifier, okay? There is always a solution. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna go into that calf stretch. So drop your heel, toe up on the board, and then press into it till you feel the stretch. And just breathe into it. And then switch, stabilize. Oof. Those calf muscles are so tight. Use your breath. Don't forget about that 7-count breath in. Holding the breath for like 4 beats. Exhaling slowly through the mouth for 8 counts. And then release. Let's go into our low back stretch. So come to that tabletop flat back position and use your breath here. And slowly bringing it up, walking forward. Bring the right knee up, grab your ankle if you can. Bring those knees together, press those hips forward and breathe into your quadriceps. The more you press those hips forward, remember, the deeper the stretch. And then release and switch. One more slow healing breath here. And then release. And grab your towel and just grab it wide and stretch it up and back. Hold this and breathe. Tuck that pelvis under. And then if you'd like to step back with your right leg and push that heel into the floor, just hold this. And then bend the back leg, come up on the ball of the back foot, and press the hip forward, release the arms forward. So you should feel a nice stretch here. And then bring it up, and we're gonna switch. First, bring the arms up. Tuck that pelvis under. Step back, push the heel down, breathing deeply. Then bend the back leg, come up on the ball of the back foot. Bend the front leg, press the hip forward, drop the arms, hold and breathe. And then release the arms and bring it up. Now grab your chair, and I'm going to go into a few stretches here. So first, we're just going to either bring our forearm on our thigh and then reach the other arm up to the ceiling. And if you want to go deeper, you can try to take this hand and reach for the foot, but only if you feel super flexible. I don't today. And just hold this and breathe. And then slowly coming up out of that, place that forearm on your thigh, bring the other arm up. Now here you can just hold here, or if you want to reach for that foot for a deeper stretch, that's up to you. I'm just super limited here, not only with my pecs, but also with my neck. So this is a challenging stretch for me, but also a necessary one. And then come up slowly, and then just roll those shoulders up and back, work it out. And then interlock your fingers behind your head. Push those elbows back. Push your head into your hands. Hold and breathe. We're relax your face. Release your jaw. And then release the arms, outstretch, elongate the arms, drop the shoulders for a bicep stretch. And then release and roll those shoulders up and forward, squeeze, let it go. Work out those kinks. For 4, 3, 2, and last one here. And then cross that ankle over your thigh. Stay here or lean forward for a deeper stretch and send that healing light in with that breath in. And then slowly release out of that. If that's too deep, just cross the ankles, just cross the knees and pull the knees in. Otherwise, get that ankle up on that thigh, sit up nice and tall. I don't even have to hinge forward on this side, okay? It is just crazy tight. When it's colder outside, your muscles tighten and contract a lot more, obviously, so we have to take extra care in these cold, cold temps to do even more warm up, even more stretching to prevent those injuries and the stiffness in our joints and achiness that we do not like to wake up to, right? And then slowly release out of that. Shoulder shrugs. Release, depress the shoulders down. Squeeze all the way up. Retract the shoulders back. Depress them down. Squeeze, retract, depress them down. Squeeze that tension. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then release all that tension. Last time. Okay, good job. Hope you did good today. Come on over. See what's going on. Hey, Dan. Well, you know, it's Valentine's weekend. So I had to wear my red love shirt. Pat, I know, but you know what? Modifying is perfectly fine. Remember, we are all at such different levels, and the most important thing is to be patient with yourself and be consistent, and then you will make that progress. It's, you know, rushing things too quickly that we don't want, because that can lead to injury and then a setback. So it's better to just go at your own pace, you know, listen to your body, just do what feels good for you, and you will gain that strength and endurance. So hang in there, okay? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Daresha. Daresha, yes. Chad, I'm glad you liked it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. I will pop back in and see if there's any other questions that you guys have for me. I guess if you're in Denver like me, stay warm, bundle up, and if you have time to do more stretching, that's always a great idea. So lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful weekend. Be safe, stay healthy and strong, and I will see you on Monday.